cool. 26 so round with that Nina.
Yes, my question is for Kevin Hart. I have a question for you.
I'll take it.
Seeing that you always have, you know, humorous roles and things like that, what roles in the future do you see yourself playing, like, i.e., serial killer, etc., more serious roles? How do you see that?
Like Passenger 57, like Wesley Snipes and that. Like Samuel L. Jackson and Snakes on the Plane. You know, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Action Jackson, but just things that require me to take my shirt off. Look for a lot of nudity coming in my career.
Okay, yes, sir.
This question is for Romani Malco.
Romney.
I apologize. We loved you in Weeds. What's your favorite role of your career?
My favorite role of my career.
Thus far, yeah.
Thus far. You have to be Think Like a Man. Of course. This is the most outstanding role, and you know what? You can put this in the press. I'm as proud of this role as I am as my role in 40-Year-Old Virgin. And I'm as proud of this movie as I am of 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Clap it up. Right here. This is for anyone who would like to answer.
Okay. Terrence.
Terrence, okay. Do you believe this movie will portray a positive light on life relationships as it relates to how we are represented in the media?
Absolutely. I think if you took us out and placed any other cast, if you took the cast from The Hangover and replaced us, it would, the film is so good, it crosses all boundaries. It's not about races. This is not a black film. This is just a good film. This is a classic movie. I think it hits on, you know, this is the funniest cast I've ever seen together, and this is probably the most important relationship movie of our generation. I think that, you know, film defines our definition of love. When you watch, you know, great romantic comedies or great, you know, romance stories, period, it defines how you look at love. And this film does that for our entire generation. This is a classic.
Yes, sir. Right here.
All right, this is for all the women. Which one of you guys is gonna write Think Like a Woman?
Yeah.
Yay.
Well, I feel like we should try to actually think like men more than think like women. And my reason for that is I just feel like women are so emotional, and if you hear the complaint from our guys, it's that we're too emotional. And one thing I learned from this movie and from reading the book is to not be so emotional and not act off emotion. Take a minute, process, and then react. So I don't think anyone should necessarily write that book, because I think this book is the key to keeping ya in line the way we need.
Okay, right here.
That's why we love you.
Yes. Hi, guys.
Y'all should let one white girl ask a question. Damn.
I think we're good. Okay, Siobhan. Hi, guys. I have a question. The reality situation is men don't know the real reason, don't know the real secret behind, you know, why women act what they do, nor do we know the real reason why women act what they do. But what do you think is the biggest misconception that women... The biggest misconception I would say that women have about men, and vice versa.
The biggest
Misconception.
That's a big word for him, honey. Can you
Yeah.
No, so that he can understand.
Here's the thing. Okay, I'm gonna take the salt and I'm gonna sprinkle it on a situation like this. Alright, you want to be happy, you want to have a good relationship, be a realist. Okay, by realist that means understand that people are human, people make mistakes. All mistakes aren't on purpose, all mistakes aren't intentional. With that being said, will you let me, thank you. With that being said, for me, I just think it's an understanding the way the man thinks. Like that word think, will you let me, because I'm flipping it.
Oh, you're going to flip it.
I'm flipping it into what I want it to be, what I want y'all to do. Back to me breaking it down, okay? Being a realist and understanding that, hey, we're not perfect, we do dumb things. When a woman grasps and understands that, then you're able to put up with stuff, but then say, you know what, even if he's not doing what he's supposed to, I can do what I'm supposed to. And me doing what I'm supposed to is going to make him realize that, hey, you're going to lose something that's possibly real good to you. And if you lose this, it's not a chance you might get it back. Now that means I got to say, okay, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to. I'm not going to lose my
Yo, can I throw an answer? I think that one of the biggest misconceptions between men and women is that men underestimate how much like men women can actually be. Yeah, and I think that women underestimate how emotional men can actually be.
Thank you, Romy, for answering the question.
Anybody who hasn't asked a question yet? Okay, yes ma'am.
Who's the stylist on the
All right.
I actually styled the movie. When I first came, no, it's true. When I first came on board, everyone knew I styled.
You didn't.
I did style the movie. That's what happened was I went on, I put everything together. I styled everything.
You did a good job, girl. I love Gabrielle.
Thank you. You know what was interesting is for each character, it's like I read the script over and over again. And I had to question what each character was going to wear in every scene.
Thank you. What's your dad so great?
Brian?
But his name is Salvo.
Thank you, sir.
Or Regina.
For those who are in long-term relationships, what would you say is the
Now
one?
that's self-directed against me.
No.
I don't know if it was, but you said for those
Who
you
have been
just
in
want
order
to
to
say
somebody?
just not Regina. But I just really let the people in relationships answer.
Well, what I want to
I'm
ask
just gonna
is,
close my ears.
what is one thing that you've taken from this film and the book in your personal relationship with,
Never let your man go to the strip club. No. Just kidding. I just would, what you take, I just take that in relationships, it's about communication and understanding, and books and friends can give you guidelines and tips, but you got to find out what works in your relationship, and that's what works for you. I mean, I was engaged for 6 years, and everybody thought I was the craziest, stupidest person on earth, but it worked for me and my husband, and now we've been together for 8 years. You got to do what works for you.
We have time for 2 more questions. Yes ma'am.
Yes, we all know that you all have major comedic chops. What was the funniest moment y'all experienced together off camera?
Well,
To share.
When I was flirting with Michael Ealy and Kevin Hart, said he would tell Mello on me, maybe. All my swag, but yeah.
Dead flirt. What are you doing? I always talk like this. There was this day, right? And it was so crazy. We're all hanging out, and like Regina, it was like, I don't know how we got to see this. She bends over, like, normally a girl like have a thong and it shows. Like, she didn't, it wasn't a thong, it was like a pamper. It was crazy. It was
You know what it was? Kevin had on my thumb. and I look over in the scene, and there's Kevin bending and opening
That was the funniest thing. She's like, oh my God, you saw that? She said that. You saw that? I'm like, ew. Oh, baby, call me shitty boo-boo.
Okay, you have your hand up right there.
Say what's up to the people. Y'all give it up for my man Taz J. What's up? What's up? What's up? I don't know what he's talking about. I know it's Alpha Week. Much respect. Big ups to all the Q's in the building. Roots to the bros. Oh, man. Uh-oh. It's too early for that. It's too early for that. Don't start. Don't start that. Let's go, bloody shot. Come on in. Get the jail phones out. You know we're going to have a set off in 30 seconds.
Only one person can win, right? All right, well, you know, first of all, a couple of y'all look sick. Just now. Some of y'all look sick. But I'm gonna have to go with you because what you were doing was creative. Got confusing in the middle of it. Like, definitely got a little weird, but what you were doing was good. I think you outdid these ladies. I wish I could pick you all, but I'm gonna go with the lady with the green shirt right now.
Actually, Kevin, you do get to pick them all. What they didn't know was that everybody that joined the contest got to go ahead and get a ticket.
Alright, calm down. So now we're here so we can get the rest of the contest going.
Stupid swag, gon' dead. Y'all be getting it in. When we get the cash before I move. Let's go. Step it up. Win this thing like a man drop. April what? We thank y'all so much for coming. Listen, I need a clear pathway right here. My cans are gonna come down. We got some t-shirts we gonna give y'all. Thank you for coming out and showing some love.
Hey, shout out to Respect Our Storytelling. Support Kevin.
You don't have to give a shout out to Respect Our Storytelling.
Shout out to Respect